When Ben-Hur arrived in theaters, it wasn't just another historical drama. It redefined what epic filmmaking could be. With its massive sets, breathtaking action, and emotional storytelling, it captured the imagination of audiences worldwide. The film told a powerful story of betrayal, revenge, and redemption, all set against the backdrop of ancient Rome. But what most people don't realize is that behind the grandeur was a production filled with risk, tension, and unbelievable challenges. From dangerous stunts to creative disagreements, every part of the film came with its own story. What made Ben-Hur truly special wasn't just what appeared on screen, but everything that happened behind it. As we explore these lesser-known facts, you'll discover that this legendary film was built on bold decisions, unexpected problems, and one of the most unusual decisions in Ben-Hur happens right at the beginning. For decades, every Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer film opened with the iconic roaring lion. It was a symbol of the studio's identity, something audiences expected every time. But in this film, something feels different. The lion appears, but there is no roar. Instead, silence takes over, followed by soft, emotional music. This was not an accident. Director William Wyler deliberately removed the roar to preserve the sacred tone of the opening nativity scene. He believed a loud, dramatic sound would break the calm and spiritual atmosphere. Convincing the studio to allow this change wasn't easy, as it meant breaking a tradition that had lasted over 30 years. In the end, the decision worked perfectly, proving that sometimes breaking the rules can create something far more powerful. The construction of the massive chariot arena was one of the most ambitious parts of the film, but it nearly became a disaster. Designed to resemble a real Roman stadium, the structure stretched across a huge area and required immense effort to build. However, during construction, a large section suddenly collapsed. Wood snapped, metal bent, and chaos spread across the site within seconds. Several workers were injured, and filming had to stop immediately. Panic quickly reached the studio, as the project was already extremely expensive. Engineers were called in, and concerns grew that the entire structure might be unsafe. Instead of giving up, the team decided to rebuild everything from scratch using stronger materials and improved design. It was a costly setback, but it ensured the safety of everyone involved and allowed production to continue. Stephen Boyd's portrayal of Messala remains one of the most memorable villain performances in film history, but it came at a painful cost. To visually distinguish him from Charlton Heston, Boyd was required to wear hard contact lenses, which were far less comfortable than modern ones. These lenses were thick, heavy, and covered most of the eye, causing constant irritation. During long filming days, his eyes would become red and swollen, sometimes forcing production to pause. Despite the discomfort, Boyd never complained publicly and continued delivering a powerful performance. He also had to wear lifts in his shoes to match Heston's height, adding another layer of difficulty. What audiences saw was a confident and intimidating character, but behind the scenes was an actor enduring daily discomfort, proving his dedication to the role. Charlton Heston faced a major challenge when he was cast as Judah Ben-Hur. He had no experience handling chariots or controlling multiple horses. For a film centered around one of the most famous races in cinema, this was a serious risk. Determined to succeed, Heston underwent intense training, learning how to manage 4 horses at once while maintaining control at high speeds. The process was physically demanding, leaving his hands blistered and his body exhausted. But over time, his skills improved dramatically. By the time filming began, he had transformed from a beginner into someone who could handle the chariot with confidence and precision. His performance became so convincing that even experienced stuntmen were impressed. What started as a weakness turned into one of the film's greatest strengths, adding authenticity to every scene. During one rehearsal for the chariot race, a terrifying accident nearly cost a life. A stunt performer was thrown from his chariot and landed directly in the path of oncoming horses. With no time to stop, the animals charged forward at full speed. It seemed impossible for him to escape. Then, in a split second, something incredible happened. The horses unexpectedly divided, passing on either side of him and missing him by inches. The entire set fell silent as he slowly stood up, shaken but unharmed. This moment served as a stark reminder of how dangerous the production truly was. From that point on, the crew understood that they were not just making a film, and they were working in conditions where every second mattered, and every mistake could have serious consequences. As production continued, the film's budget kept increasing, pushing the studio to its limits. Behind closed doors, executives were growing nervous. Ben-Hur had become one of the most expensive films ever made at the time, and there were real fears that if it failed, the studio itself might collapse. Discussions about shutting down the project began to surface, but director William Wyler refused to compromise. He believed the film needed to be as grand and detailed as possible to succeed. Cutting corners was not an option. This decision turned the movie into a massive gamble. Every delay added more pressure, and every expense increased the risk. In the end, the studio chose to trust Wyler's vision, a decision that would either lead to disaster or create cinematic history. One of the most debated aspects of the film involves a hidden layer added by screenwriter Gore Vidal. He believed the relationship between Ben-Hur and Messala needed deeper emotional motivation. To achieve this, he imagined a past connection between the two characters that went beyond friendship. This idea was shared with the actor playing Messala, but kept secret from Charlton Heston. The result was a unique dynamic on screen, where one character carried a deeper emotional tension that the other was unaware of. This created subtle complexity in their interactions, making their conflict feel more intense. Years later, this revelation sparked debate among fans and historians. Whether intentional or not, it added another layer to the story. He's showing how unseen creative choices can shape a film in unexpected ways. In the end, Ben-Hur became far more than just a successful film. It became a symbol of what ambitious filmmaking can achieve. With thousands of extras, massive sets, and groundbreaking action sequences, it created a world unlike anything audiences had seen before. Every challenge, from collapsing structures to near-fatal accidents, played a role in shaping its legacy. What makes the film truly remarkable is not just its story, but the determination behind it. It stands as proof that taking risks and pushing boundaries can lead to something unforgettable. Even today, Ben-Hur remains one of the greatest epics ever made, not just because of what appears on screen, but because of everything it took to bring it to life.